Why is it, after composing a peace treaty and practically writing your antagonist out of your story, that you continue to find yourself in conflict with it? You've made peace with it, distanced yourself from it, and stopped defining yourself by it. So how does it continue to have any influence on you? Why does it still bother you? Why can't you just shake it? Well, it's become so ingrained in you, it's difficult to think of yourself living without it. It's also hard to ignore the benefits. I mean, without your antagonist, life can start to appear complicated or even boring. As unhealthy as it may be, you've been accustomed to it sticking its nose in your life, in your work, and in your personal relationships. It's been around for so long that it's nearly impossible to just go cold turkey. So where did it come from in the first place? Well, we invite it in. If you suddenly find yourself in conflict with your antagonist, if that behavior or thought pattern starts to bother you again, it's because you let it in. We actually write it back into our story. It's tantamount to setting it a place at your dinner table. Surprise, you look over and it's sitting in your living room, or you're rubbing shoulders against it on the couch. Now, it's good if it's starting to make you feel uncomfortable. Because if you don't enjoy it, perhaps next time you'll remember not to invite it in. Invite it in? I mean, do you remember hearing the knock at the door? Do you remember opening the door, letting it in? How about grabbing the pen and scribbling it back into your story? Well, you should know, most people don't. Not inviting it in takes practice. It's trial and error. In order to become more wise, we must first become more clever. The more we invite it in, the more attuned we become to its antics. When we feel it's imposing itself on us, well, it builds character. We start to develop an attitude. If it comes in, we look to the doorway in our minds and we say, I'm tired of you bothering me. And don't let the door hit you on the way out. Or you're you and I'm me. You no longer have any influence on me. Or maybe you forgot, I'm walking my path, not yours. The more times you stumble or fall, the more clever you become. Imagine if you could predict your antagonist's next move, to know how to ignore it or to avoid it as you walk along your path. Now, how will you know when you're starting to become more wise? Well, there'll be a knock at your door, and you'll hesitate a nanosecond before you, that's right, invite it in. Time and time again, people find themselves in conflict with their antagonist. They're caught right smack dab in the middle of it. Has anyone ever told you, I feel stuck? Oh my goodness, how did I get here? Or, I know I've been here before and I don't like it. It's driving me crazy. I keep reliving the same stuff over and over again. Well, if you know anyone like this, I'm sure it would comfort them if you gave them a little bit of empathy. Tell them that you too get caught in the quagmire at times. Let them know that you don't like losing your footing or falling off track. But tell them that you've learned a clever way to get back to the important things in life. That you know of a self-determining, empowering approach that they can access for free online. Remind them that they don't have a monopoly on this being stuck, lost, and confused thing. If they're feeling down, anxious, or out of sorts, you can show them that it's because of their antagonist. You can tell them its job, it seems, is to slow you down, distract you from fulfilling your life's purpose. But you can make peace with it and rewrite your story in a more favorable way. I mean, you achieve that right now by talking your way through the beginning of Walk Your Own Path. Continue below to find out where to go from here.